This is the outside of the Auto Trail Imala 730. As I move along, I will firstly come to the mains hookup point. Directly beneath this is the grey water drain, so anything that goes down the plug holes goes into the holding tank and then is drained off at this point here. Next we have the vents for the fridge. With this particular model it is supplied with winter covers for the vents, so if you are using the motorhome in a very cold climate, these can be put on, one for the top and one for the bottom. Just literally start at the top, just angle it, and then with a flat-headed screwdriver or the ignition key, just turn these two parts here to lock them on, and then the fridge will just vent itself from the lower part, thus holding some heat in and making it run efficiently. In the warmer months of the year, make sure these are removed, or otherwise the fridge will just overheat and stop working. Fresh water tank fill just here, so just pop your hose pipe in to fill up the fresh water tank. As you can see, it can be locked. And then we have the fresh water tank drain just here. Flue for the Truma boiler just here. We don't need to do anything with this, there's no covers that need to be removed, just make sure that nothing is obstructing it. And then as we come round to the rear, we have the reverse camera just up here, and then we have access underneath the fixed bed just here. As we move round, we then have the gas locker. So as you can see, we've got storage in here for 2 gas bottles. The regulator just sits up here, and this particular regulator is fitted with a crash valve, so if there is a problem in any shape or form, the crash valve will activate and cut the gas off. If this happens, this yellow button here will pop out. This can sometimes be triggered if you go over a bump quite violently, so to reset it, just hold it in, and it does show you just on the little diagram here for about 5 seconds to reset it. After my demonstration video is finished, a crash hose will be fitted, and this looks very similar to this, but it just has a button just where my finger is here, again just illustrated on the little sticker here. So once it has been connected to a propane bottle, so screwed in, tightened with a gas spanner, when you turn the bottle on at the top, you will just need to hold the button down just here, and it will then allow the gas to the regulator. The button here is just a valve, so if the hose in any way gets severed, the valve inside the hose cuts the gas off and stops it escaping from the gas bottle. So you've got 2 valves, you've got one on the hose and then another on the regulator itself. Barbecue point just here. So at the moment you'll see that the adapter itself is still attached on a cable tie, so just remove it and then attach the hose of the barbecue to this rib section just here and secure it with a Jubilee clip. To use it, this end here plugs in where my finger is and will lock into place, and that will then allow you to turn the gas on. To remove, just push the collar up and it will then pop back out again. Cassette toilet just here. To remove the cassette, just lift up on the lever and pull towards you. Before use, remove the cap and add your toilet chemical with a small amount of water. This is also where it empties from. Just remember that when you are pouring it away, to hold the button in just here to release the vacuum inside. It's also advisable to keep this seal lubricated. Thetford do their own seal lubricant, but any silicone based lubricant is fine. and by turning this part here, gains access inside the cassette for additional cleaning. All of these cassettes are now on wheels with extendable handles. Step switch just here. The step will automatically put itself away when the ignition is started, but I always say make sure that it has put itself away before moving off. Diesel fill just here, and the cap unlocks on the ignition key, and then add blue top up just underneath. It will let you know on the dashboard when your add blue needs topping up. Tyre pressures on the door pillar just here. Jack and wheel brace kit underneath the passenger seat. We then have the compressor and foam just here, as this particular model does not have a spare wheel. Vehicle battery sits underneath the floor of the cab just here, and then bonnet release is just here.